You know, I've been a leadership advisor, believe it or not, for 30 years, since 1978. And back then, leaders asked me to help advise them to understand the baby boomer generation, which was my age. So I've been doing this a long time, and I think I've really observed some of the very key causes of leadership failure, the root causes of leadership failure. And one big one is simply reality distortion. And all of us try to make sense of the world by creating a story of cause and effect. And what happens is leaders, of all the data that we could choose, all the events, all the facts, all the evidence that we could choose to look at, we tend to look at evidence that most supports the view or the strategy that we currently have. And when you lead a large organization, whether it's a nation or a corporation, the threat of reality distortion is enormous, because reality fades away. What you experience as reality are PowerPoint presentations, Excel spreadsheets, numbers, statements, claims, data. The real reality, the real truth is beyond the data. It's in between the data. It's, in fact, you could take the same data. Imagine the data being a series of dots on a big blackboard or something like that. And you created a story by linking, connecting the dots together. But somebody else could come in and connect another series of dots, and with the same data, have a totally different story. So I have seen in boardrooms and in CEO and C-level meetings, time and time again, people insisting that the data is supporting their best plans, that what they've designed is what people really want, that anything that they're doing that is troubling for the environment or for the health of their consumers doesn't really matter. Why? Because they have opinion data, or they have consumer data, or focus group data, or numerical data, quantitative data. But data isn't reality. And so when you're surrounded by people who want your favor because you have the power to elevate them or keep them in power, or to give them stock options, or to give them high positions in government, you're surrounded by pleasers. And so the distortion gets bigger and bigger, and you get more and more isolated until the house of cards comes tumbling down. And I've had personal experience trying to grab leaders by the lapel and say, "Don't you see what's happening?" And they simply cannot see it. It takes great humility, great openness, great humanity to be open-minded enough to confront data that is upsetting to you, data that disconfirms your beliefs at the moment, and embrace it and create a bigger understanding of what's really going on and what your responsibility is.